Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks, and on this channel we learn IGCSE O-Levels Pakistan Studies and Global Perspectives. We are discussing the history topics these days. That is the component 1 of Pakistan Studies, History and Culture of Pakistan. We are done with the section 1 and 2 and we have entered into section 3, the last section of history. In the last lesson, we talked about the ministries of Liaquat Ali Khan and Khaja Nazimuddin. Now we are moving to the next ministry, that is the Ministry of Governor General Ghulam Muhammad, and he was the third Governor General of Pakistan, as we had no constitution of Pakistan. So we had adopted the Government of India Act 1935. As per that act, the highest designation of Pakistan was the Governor General. So, as I told you, Ghulam Muhammad was the third Governor General of Pakistan after Quaid-e-Azam and Khaja Nazimuddin. Now I'm going to talk about this particular ministry. First of all, I request you all to subscribe to my channel RU Speaks, as it has very good stuff for you while you're learning of Pakistan studies and global perspectives. And here we have the notes from where I am giving the lectures to you people for the last 3 months or so now. So Ministry of Malik Ghulam Muhammad from 1951 to 1955. He remained the Governor General of Pakistan from 1951 to 1955 for about 4 years. He was the finance minister in the Liaquat Ali Khan's regime, and he was designated by Quaid-e-Azam as finance minister of Pakistan. He was the civil servant, took control after the assassination of Liaquat Ali Khan, when Khaja Nazimuddin took the charge of the prime ministership of Pakistan. Then Ghulam Muhammad became the Governor General of Pakistan, and persuading Khaja Nazimuddin to be the prime minister of Pakistan. So in this way, you can say that at that particular time, whenever there was no proper constitution, it means that there was no proper system that how to select or how to elect the highest posts of Pakistan, the Governor General and the Prime Minister. So it means that at that particular time, all those who were really very much influential politically, or they might be having the expertise in some field, they were the technocrats, they were ruling Pakistan and they were having the positions in their control. So we will talk about the successes and failures of Ghulam Muhammad. So successes: economic development. So he introduced the 5-year plan and 6-year plan for the economic development of Pakistan. So the first 5-year plan of Pakistan was introduced in 1955. So it means that there was clearly a roadmap was given to develop Pakistan economically. So that was a greater step taken by Ghulam Muhammad to draft such a plan to set the targets for every field like agriculture, industry, health and infrastructure, social sector development, law and justice, and in every walk of life. He gave a roadmap in 1955 as first 5 years plan. First 5 years plan, so that the government should have certain targets in its mind to achieve, and finally just we could easily assess ourselves that how much we were able to achieve our targets, and that was from 1955 to 1960. So development of economic sector like agriculture and industry, for example, East Pakistan jute mills, important as jute was the main export, helped to develop Pakistan economically. So it means that these 5-year plans, they were really very important for the economic growth of Pakistan. So in 1951, planning commission was made, and under this planning commission, the 5 years plan was introduced. In 1953, the planning board, further 5 years plan were introduced. So it means that this is how the Ministry of Ghulam Muhammad was really very much concerned about the developments of uh, the economy and the sectors which might lead to the growth of economy in Pakistan. So another really very important success of Ghulam Muhammad was that he repelled Proda. I mean, he just threw away Proda, which was made by Liaquat Ali Khan to eradicate corruption in one sense, but it was negatively used against the opposition. So, Public Representative Officers Disqualification Act. So, this particular act was repelled by Ghulam Muhammad. So, it means that this gave a more liberty, the political liberty to the opposition parties and all those who were feeling threat because of this Paroda Act. So they could now easily have the going through the political process. But on the other hand, by repelling Paroda, this might have given some chance to all those corrupt people who had stopped corruption just because of this act. Now they could started again the malpractices. Number three, foreign aid. So Ghulam Muhammad, as you know that during his regime, Pakistan gone through the drought situation and there was the crop failure across the country. So he got wheat as foreign aid to meet the food requirements of Pakistan, and on the other hand, he signed CETO and CENTO, Southeast Asia Treaty Organization and Central Treaty Organization. These two agreements or treaties, they were against the expansion of USSR with the West. And as per these two treaties, it was perceived that to prevent USSR's stopping further expansion, whether it was towards Eastern Europe or towards Middle Eastern region or it was towards Far East. So to stop USSR expansion towards Far East, CETO was signed in 1954, and to stop USSR aggression or expansion towards the central region of Asian continent, it was known as the Central Treaty Organization. CETO is also known as the Manila Pact, as it was signed in the capital of Philippines, Manila. So it is also declared as Manila Pact. And CENTO is also known as Baghdad Pact, as it was signed in the capital of Iraq. So that is known as Baghdad Pact. But in 1959, Iraq withdrew itself from this CENTO. So from that phase, from onwards, from 1959 onwards, this particular treaty started calling as CENTO. So CETO and CENTO, Southeast Asia. It was signed in Manila, the capital of Philippines. So that is the Far Eastern country, Philippines and then Thailand and all those countries. So stopping USSR's expansion from the Far Eastern side and stopping USSR's expansion towards the Middle Eastern countries. So these two agreements were signed and Pakistan became the member of these two agreements, and the decision was done by Ghulam Muhammad. So somehow it is declared as the success of Ghulam Muhammad to stop the Soviet aggression towards Pakistan. But on the other hand, it was really very much fatal that we just aligned with the West and that we paid heavy price, that we just ignored the closest of the superpowers like USSR, and we signed agreements with the West to protect us from USSR. So that's what I say, that these signing these two agreements, that was really very wrong. Then number four, large reserves of natural gas were discovered at Sui, Balochistan in 1952 during the regime of Ghulam Muhammad. So those reserves, they are still in use in Pakistan. So it is declared that for the development of the mining industry in Pakistan, Ghulam Muhammad played really very important role. So this strengthens Pakistan economy, as now the fuel requirements of Pakistan's industries could be met and power sector requirements were easily fulfilled, leading to more power generation, for industry and more industrial production, leading to more exports and development of economy. So that was really very good development in Pakistan. That is the you can say the discovering sui gas over there in Balochistan. So managed to alleviate rioting due to food shortages by persuading the United States to send 1 million tons of wheat. So as you know that there was food shortage and because of drought and the people were protesting and there were so many riots on foods and food and even the flour mills. They were attacked by people to get flour. So finally he overcame this issue by getting 1 million ton of wheat from United States to overcome the issue of food shortage in the country. And the failures of Ghulam Muhammad's ministry, there remained political instability because of the lacking constitution, as there was no constitution, and uh, he also dissolved the Constituent Assembly, which was responsible for the making of the Constitution of Pakistan. When there was no assembly, it means that the constitution making process simply stopped. Campaigns against Ahmadis forced to expel Zafarullah Khan, who was the foreign minister of Pakistan. You may say that the Governor General Ghulam Muhammad faced the pressure of all those protesters who wanted that the Ahmadis should be removed from the government offices, and he had to. So improper handling of drought situation led to the riots due to the food shortage. No doubt it was resolved afterwards, but still that crisis rose during his regime, and that was declared as his failure. Unable to make the constitution, as I said right in the first point, that he was unable to draft the constitution of the country, leading to further political and constitutional chaos. So military help was sought by Ghulam Muhammad, which opened the door for future martial laws. So it means that whenever some political government wants that government should be backed up by establishment or military help. So it means that those political governments are considered to be really very weaker ones, and they give chance to the military establishment to increase their influence further, to topple the governments even, and that happened in Pakistan, that martial laws were imposed after that. So in 1952, Khaja Nazmuddin presented the second report of the Basic Principles Committee in the Assembly. This report said Assembly would have East-West seat parity, disliked by higher population of East Pakistan. So it means that, as per that report, it was said that the seats in the National Assembly of Pakistan, they would be 50-50. I mean, half of East Pakistan and half of West Pakistan. This particular step was disliked by the people of East Pakistan, as they had the larger population than West Pakistan. So it means that this seat parity, I mean equality in seats, that was disliked by East Pakistan, creating chaos, and Governor General Ghulam Muhammad could not handle this one as well. It also stated Prime Minister of Pakistan must be a Muslim, angered non-Muslims as they could no longer attain the highest government post. So being the ideological state Pakistan, as Pakistan was established in the name of Islam, so it was must that it should be declared that the Pakistani Prime Minister should be Muslims. But anyhow, the non-Muslims, they got angered on this decision taken by the government, that declaring the Prime Ministership for Muslims only. The Constituent Assembly disliked Council of Ulamas, who had constitutional power to amend and change laws, thus declared undemocratic. So, as per the report of the Basic Principles Committee to draft the Constitution of Pakistan, in that report, it was said that there would be the Council of Ulamas in the country, who would be having the constitutional powers and could easily amend or annul any law which was made by the Parliament, if that Council of Ulamas feels that law was against Quran and Sunnah. So it means that if the more and more powers were given to that Council of Ulamas, then the people who were political, they thought that it was purely undemocratic and it should not be done, that the more powers were given to those that council of ulamas rather than the parliament. So Ghulam Muhammad dismissed Khaja Nazmuddin from power despite his support. Khaja Nazmuddin was a softer person, could easily be taken along, but Ghulam Muhammad finally dismissed Khaja Nazmuddin and appointed Chaudhry Muhammad Ali as the new Prime Minister of Pakistan, which was undemocratic and unfair, shows his greed for power, and he wanted that the majority of the powers should remain with him, and he did not want to see anyone interfering his powers. That is why what he felt that Khaja Nazmuddin was interfering in his powers, so he dismissed him. In 1954, Paroda was repelled by Prime Minister Muhammad Ali Bogra, which annoyed Ghulam Muhammad and retaliated by dissolving the assembly. The Constituent Assembly's dissolving was troublesome since constitution making got further delayed. So as Khaja Nazmuddin and Muhammad Ali Bogra, they wanted that there should be more political freedom and there should be more political liberty in the country, and there should be no restrictions on the opposition parties and the people who got elected by the people of Pakistan. Those people should be having liberty to make laws and to talk about the all those policies which were against the people or which were not really very much implemented. So Muhammad Ali Bogra, he repelled Paroda, and this angered Ghulam Muhammad, and Ghulam Muhammad dissolved the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, and this created further constitutional crisis in the country, as this assembly was meant to draft the constitution of Pakistan, and if there was no assembly, it means that the process of constitution making further delayed. So here we have the questions related to Khaja Nazmuddin's, not Khaja Nazmuddin. So here are the expected questions from the past papers related to Liaquat Ali Khan, Ghulam Muhammad, and even Iskandar Mirza from 1947 to 1958. I have made them collectively over here. Who of the following contributed the most to Pakistan's democratic policies between 1948 to 1958? Liaquat Ali Khan, Ghulam Muhammad, and Iskandar Mirza. Whoever has made the greater efforts towards the democratic Pakistan, you are supposed to take him to level 3, and you are supposed to justify your choice in 3 well-developed reasons in 3 paragraphs, and you will take the rest, I mean the other 2. I mean, if you are taking Liaquat Ali Khan in level 3, then Ghulam Muhammad and Iskandar Mirza would go to level 4, right? And in level 4, you may talk about 2 reasons of Ghulam Muhammad and 1 reason of Iskandar Mirza, and then in level 5 you will evaluate and analyze the whole of the debate, and in this way you will be attempting this question. So level 3 mark number 7, level 3 mark number 8, level 3 mark number 9, level 4 mark number 10, level 4 mark 11, and level 4 mark 12, and there are 2 marks for level 5, that is 13th and 14th. So this is how you will be able to attempt this 14 marks question. Which of the following contributed the most towards Pakistan's democratic policies between 1948 to 58? Khaja Nazmuddin, Ghulam Muhammad, and Iskandar Mirza. So now they have replaced Liaquat Ali Khan with Khaja Nazmuddin, but the question is the same one, and this question came in the May-June 2013, and in the same way it would be attempted. And why was it difficult to agree on a new constitution in 1950? So we have discussed that why the constitution making process delayed. So all those reasons we will discuss over here. Why were there so many governments between 1951 to 1958? Political chaos, definitely no constitution, and you may say greed for power and all those things, and the poor or weaker constituent assembly, they all meant, and we will explain these reasons over here. Why was there a constitution crisis between 1954 to 1955? As the Constituent Assembly was dissolved and there was constitution making process got delayed, and role of Ghulam Muhammad, he wanted more and more powers with him. All these things, they come over here in the response of this question. Now the ministry of Sikandar Mirza. He was the last Governor General of Pakistan and first President of Pakistan. As during his regime, the first Constitution of Pakistan of 1956 it was introduced, and the designation of Governor General was replaced with the President of Pakistan. So he took oath as the President of Pakistan. So he became the first President of Pakistan, and he was the last Governor General. So successes of Sikandar Mirza, he was able to draft the new constitution of Pakistan of 1956. Finally, Pakistan got its constitution in 1956, and this was because of the efforts made by Major General Sikandar Mirza. Modernization, what sort of modernization? He wanted that there should be some rural development program so that the rural areas should be developed and they should be taken at par with the urban areas. So he wanted that there should be the industrialization, very especially in East Pakistan, which was having greater production of jute, but we had that crop of jute, but we did not have those jute mills. So he wanted that the industrialization should be developed over there, very especially, and not only there but over here in West Pakistan as well, so that they should be playing their role in the development of economy. So Karachi Airport was established in 1955 during the regime of Sikandar Mirza. Telephone system was expanded in the country, as we had really very little telecommunication system in the country. So with the efforts of Sikandar Mirza, Pakistan started developing in the technology as well. So provision of health and education services. So he started making the plans to develop Pakistan on the health and educational sectors as well. Establishment of defense specs. He was the one who was the part of CETO as well, and he made that effort to sign CETO and MDAA, Mutual Defense Assistance Agreement with United States. Mutual Defense Assistance. Mutual Defense Assistance Agreement with the United States, as Pakistan was feeling threat from USSR, and at that time United States and USSR, they were the superpowers, and there were at that time the Cold War was going on, and in that phase Pakistan was feeling threat because of the Soviet expansionism. So for that sake Pakistan signed this agreement with United States so that to increase its defense capabilities. So it is declared as the success. So failures of Sikandar Mirza, rise of nationalism in East Pakistan, as the Bengalis, they started rising against West Pakistan slowly, gradually. They realized that they needed to take solid steps to protect their rights, as they felt that they were not given the true representation in the assembly as per the seats parity. I mean, 50% seats of East Pakistan and 50% percent of West Pakistan. So they wanted that their seats should be more in the assemblies as they were in larger number. Secondly, they felt that the highest government officials, the civil servants working over there in East Pakistan, they were coming from West Pakistan. So they felt that their rights in the civil service, they were also snubbed. So it means that they all started rising against West Pakistan for the sake of attaining their rights. Undemocratic rule. So he meant to make General Ayub Khan to take power and to take charge of the country in 1958, 7th of October. So it meant that he was the one who encouraged the military establishment to come and take over Pakistan. So it means that that was purely undemocratic, that he should not be doing that. So political instability in the country, changed prime ministers, too many, 4 prime ministers in 2 years' time. I mean, Hussain Shahid Sorwardi, then Ibrahim Ismail Chandrigar, then Chaudhry Muhammad Ali, and then Feroz Khan Noon. So 4 prime ministers were changed in the tenure of only 2 years. So this shows that how greater the political instability was there in Pakistan. So finally, he abrogated his own constitution in 1956 and he invited General Ayub Khan to take over the country and impose martial law. And one unit. One unit means that the four provinces of West Pakistan, they were united together to make one province with the name West Pakistan. So it means that at that time when one unit was introduced, Pakistan had only two provinces now, that is East Pakistan and West Pakistan. West Pakistan was merged together into a single province. People of the four provinces were loyal to their own local people and area. Mirza believed that creating one province would unify and increase patriotism. So Ghulam Muhammad also wanted this, but finally Sikandar Mirza was the one who introduced one unit scheme and he united all those four provinces of West Pakistan, current Pakistan, in a single province, that is West Pakistan. So government expenditure would be reduced since there would be only one provincial government. So what he wanted that if one unit scheme was there, there would be no four provincial governments, no four setups for each province, but there would be only one setup to govern whole of the province of West Pakistan. So that would reduce the burden of finances on the government. So next point, that is to make it easier for all to agree upon the constitution, as there were five provinces previously before 1955 and there were so many disagreements on the constitution making between these four provinces and East Pakistan, the fifth one. So he wanted to make it one into one, I mean West Pakistan versus East Pakistan, so that to create more unity among the provinces and to have some consensus over the constitution making process. For this reason, he made one unit of all these four provinces. Why was the ununit scheme unpopular? So he made it, but it was not really very much liked. East Pakistan saw it as a move to take away their majority, as now seats were made equal in the Constituent Assembly. So what they wanted that they should be having more seats as they were having the larger population, but they felt that it was a tactic which was made by Sikandar Mirza to reduce the majority of East Pakistan into equality by having the same number of seats in the Constituent Assembly. So they disliked, I mean, especially the people of East Pakistan. Smaller units of West Pakistan, Balochistan, and NWFP saw it as a threat to their separate identities as they feared of dominance of Punjab. As all these four provinces, Punjab, Sindh, NWFP, and Balochistan, they were merged together as a single unit of West Pakistan. So the smaller units like Balochistan and NWFP, they started feeling threat of the dominance of Punjab and Sindh. So that was another way, another mean that this particular scheme was disliked or it was unpopular among the people. So feared that their resources would be used by other provinces, as it was a threat that there were certain mineral resources of Balochistan and also there were certain other resources like the water sources of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, like for the sake of generating power over there. So they started feeling that their resources would be consumed by the other provinces and they would remain under or undeveloped. So those smaller provinces, they felt that their rights would be snubbed because of this one. This is all from my side today. Today we talked about the ministries of Ghulam Muhammad and Iskandar Mirza. We talked about that the successes and failures they faced during their tenures and how popular they were among the people and how their policies were liked or disliked by the people. Do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks. Raja Umar is signing off. Thank you so much. Keep watching. Allah Hafiz.